Hello, this is a review for a 3-in-1 alarm I got from Target Hobby. Inside the package, comes in a electrostatic package I've already opened. It has the alarm module here. It's got 2 buzzers on it. It has where you select the voltage for cell voltage for what it alarms. It's got 3.4 volts, 3.5 volts, 3.6 volts, and 3.7 volts. And you select it by pressing this button right here. And if you hold the button down, it'll let you select it, and you just toggle through them. And then when you get to the one you want, you just stop, and then it'll end up setting up for that voltage. So let's see what this weighs. Also, well, first of all, also in the package, you have this receiver cable. This is for hooking up to the different functions. So not only does this a low voltage alarm, but it's also a discovery buzzer and a lost signal alarm. So there's 3 different modes. That's the 3-in-1. So you end up hooking up. There's the ground pin indicated by the square there on the side. So it's the inside pin. So you hook up this like this, and then this goes to your receiver, and this could go to your speed control if you end up using the lost signal alarm. Let's see what this weighs. The alarm module weighs 7 or so grams. 6 grams. You add the receiver wires, and it weighs 11 grams total. So let's hook this up and see how it works. Okay, we start off at 12.6 volts, which is the charge of a 3-cell pack. We turn it down. There we go. Turn it back up, and it stops. Okay, now to test out the discovery alarm function, I have the alarm connected up to the balance port on the battery. It's getting full voltage off the batteries. It's picking off on the first and last wire. And I have a BEC running power to my receiver. Then the alarm is connected to the gear channel, an auxiliary channel on the receiver. So every time you flip that channel, it alarms. And honestly, it's pretty loud. So now I've changed it. So now this is going to be the lost signal test. And so what I've done is I'm powering the receiver just into the battery port, and now I have the alarm plugged into the throttle port. And you will normally plug in your ESC here, and so when you power it up, so how this works is that whenever you move your throttle channel, then if you don't move it for 60 seconds, then the alarm will start sounding. So as you see, it's a little bit different beat to the tones, but it beeps continuously until you move the throttle again. And the same thing as if I simulate no input to that throttle channel for 60 seconds by turning off my transmitter, it'll behave the same way. There we go, 60 seconds has gone by and it's alarming. And it'll alarm continuously. There we go, I've turned back on my transmitter, the receiver's rebound, and it stopped beeping. Got my 450 quad here, mounted the alarm on top, ran the power wires to the bottom, wired them into my power distribution block, wired the receiver port into my auxiliary 2 input on my receiver. So let's go ahead and do a bench test. Turn on the transmitter, plug in the battery. Quad's initializing. You'll see that I've got 3.5 volts selected as my threshold voltage. And if I toggle my auxiliary 2 channel, you'll see that I have it wired up in the discovery function. That buzzer is plenty loud to hear from quite a distance. And at night, you'll easily be able to see that LED if you'd happen to be doing night flying. Now I usually use a little alarm like this. This measures the voltage on each cell and alarms when one of them gets below a threshold voltage. Now these run between probably $6 and $7 or $8 on Amazon. I checked them a few minutes ago. And just for a few dollars more, you get a more integrated solution like this that has not only the low voltage alarm, but also the discovery and lost signal alarm. So now let's go outside and do a test of the low voltage. Alright, we got it outside here. I've got a battery that's fairly discharged already on the quad, so hopefully it won't take very long to show the alarm, and it's a much smaller battery than I would normally run. Make it light on its feet, draw a little more power. Once the battery recovers slightly and goes above the threshold voltage, it'll stop alarming.